What's going on?
Can we do it without the glasses?
Oh, well, I won't be able to see anything then.
No, well, you don't need to see me, right? Can you give me a clap?
Oh, gee, that sucked. My first ultra was the Leadville 100 in 2006. And I mean, it changed my life because I had been a runner for 11 years at that point, and I'm a very passionate runner, very committed runner. I really wanted to do well, but I wasn't a good runner. I just didn't have any significant competitive results at all. The history of the Leadville 100, 1983 was the first year, and the Climax molybdenum mine had closed, and the town was in severe economic straits.
He said, we're closing her down. Go tell your crews, go home. The union will be in contact with them.
So Ken Klauber, the co-founder, was like, we need to do something to boost the economy around here. We need to bring people here to, goose the service economy. So he dreamt up a 100-mile race, and it's been going ever since. The course is an out and back, 100 miles. You run 50 miles right from the center of Leadville to this old mining ghost town, Winfield. You only drop below 10,000 feet briefly in Twin Lakes. Otherwise, you're bouncing between 10 and 12K the whole day, and that takes a toll. Yeah, I feel like the Leadville 100, it's just kind of this iconic race. Second biggest 100 in the United States after Western States. So when I won Leadville, I suddenly felt validated and vindicated in my obsession with running for the previous decade. It just opened my eyes to what I was capable of, and races to run and adventures to have seemed possible, because what could be more difficult than running 100 miles? It just feels, it's been long enough to where there's a lot of uncertainty, and to me it feels like an unknown distance again. Queen in the morning, I know people aren't supposed to go there, but it's always chaos. It's just a tunnel of screaming humans is what it sounds like to me.
People.
So many people. I think that was good.
Yeah, I think we did good.
Right in the range that he said. Taking it easy this first bit.
When I'm racing a long ultra like this, I'm just taking care of myself the whole time.
Beautiful day.
Am I drinking? Am I eating? How's my body feeling? Is this the right pace in the moment? Should I be hiking this? Should I be running this? How am I feeling? Oh, I don't feel good. Keep the negative thoughts at bay. Try and stay positive. Just think that, okay, this will pass. Am I feeling good? Don't charge too hard because it's too early. You're always just trying to keep that even balance. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Thank you.
Looking great.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Thank you. And then the second half, those last 40, it comes down to just maximizing. You're start trying hard. And that, for me, that requires focus. I can't be distracted by anything, listen to music or anything.
Your strong suit coming up, you know?
Me and Charmin, man. It's like the old days.
You gonna take a handful of these?
Oh,
You gonna run with these?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk with them.
Hey, you got this, brother. Looking good.
Keep eating a couple chips. Good.
All right, thanks, Josh.
Hope Pass, I always look forward to Hope Pass because you've been running almost every step for 40 miles. Mix up the muscle groups, change of rhythm. You know, every 100 miler I've ever done, I've wanted to drop out at some point. And yesterday, it came at like the bottom of Hope Pass the first time. I was just like, I don't know, my legs hurt. I was right at the mileage of my longest run in the training buildup. So I just kind of like settled in. It was like, well, you can't, it's too early to be pushing it all. So if it doesn't come naturally, you can't be pushing. And you just, there's always ups and downs. It's always like, if you're feeling crappy, just keep plugging away, don't push, and wait for it to turn around. And it almost always does. Got into Winfield. It was just like, oh, like we're in this now. You're in like the top 5. Some of those guys who'd gone out too hard were blowing up already. So then back up Hope Pass, I moved into 3rd, and I was going really easy. I was like, 100 milers are like fun when you don't push at mile 50, you know, like you can just chill. It was after actually, so like not really associated directly with. It was like, yeah, it was like after I'd gotten out of the shower, I was like, oh man, it's just kind of like, you know, just aches for me. Like, ugh. The last ultra I ran was 2015, and immediately after that, I got a stress fracture in my shin. Then I had a couple years of IT band stuff, and then now going on 4 years of Achilles tendon issues. That made me pick up the bicycle in a serious way. That's something that's a huge part of my life now. Running into injuries in the sport is absolutely been the thing that has enforced balance in my life over the last decade. I just think it helps to have diversity in your life. Being in a serious relationship, obviously, it takes a lot of energy and time that before I would have just been putting into running probably.
So we just found out that Tony's coming down Hope Pass again for the second time. He's riding in 3rd place. He's been steadily making up time and places all day. So yeah, excited to see what the next 40 miles hold.
And I'll be pacing Anton, potentially to the finish. I have no idea. We will see what happens. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's go.
Right now.
Okay, go.
Yeah, perfect. I experienced this with music, I guess, or maybe even literature, where an artist will produce something that I really resonate with and I really enjoy, and I play it to death. and then they'll evolve in some way and go on to do something else. And be like, well, that album sucks, you know, or why can't they just put out the banger still, you know, like the old stuff. And in my like running career, I feel that way a lot of like, I'm like that barefoot shirtless guy, you know, who beard and long hair and runs in the mountains, and you feel, objectified isn't the right word, you just feel like stuck in this sort of like role or box. And they only have this idealized, sort of romanticized version of you in their head or in their mind's eye. It would be so weird if I was still that person 10, 15 years later, you know?
I need cold water.
Cold water.
Hey, Dan.
I still, after 15 years, don't understand why I get so much love in the ultra running community. I really appreciate it, and it's a huge boost when you're out there.
Great, TK. Stop
Low
here.
patches and okay patches. Do you have any split on Ian?
He was only a couple minutes behind you at that last one. Here, come here.
Running Leadville with Ian was kind of cool because, I mean, he's a legend at Leadville. It's nuts. Like, 4-time champ, none of those times I think being slower than 17 hours.
Thank you so much. I love you too.
The whole time when there were those like 3 or 4 guys out front, I was like, nah, this is a race between Ian and I. Like, they're all gonna blow up, and I'm way more concerned about Ian making a move late than whoever holding on in the front, you know? Which turned out to be incorrect.
Were they tuned to you guys or for both flanks? Clarity's right there. He just came in, okay? Yep. Okay, it's okay. Look, we're having a great race. Thank you. Cheers.
Didn't realize that Matt was making a move. Going up power lines, Len and I were able to kind of like just sneak over the crest before it ended up being Matt, and his pacer came around the corner at the bottom, so we knew we had like a 6-minute gap on him. But we thought it was Ian. When Matt passed me, of course you're like, okay, now you have to like pick it up. Don't let him, you know, just disappear. But he was running strong. He was like, he immediately had like a 50, 100-yard gap. I kind of tried to lift and like, you know, turn over a little more for a minute. I was just like, I just don't have it. My legs were just so done at that point. It was tough because I was so in just survival mode. I was just really trying to get to the finish.
Let's go, spectators! Let me hear you make some noise! Giving it all out there. Digging deep with that grit, gut, and determination.
I think I spent a lot of time when I was competing heavily in ultra running, feeling like I needed to prove to myself and prove to external judges of some kind my worth. I feel so much more confident in life and self-assured. I love running so much. It's still the most pure, best form of movement in the mountains. And I've been granted so many opportunities over the last 15 years that I'm grateful for, and all of those have combined to, make me the person I am today. So yeah, that's pretty special.
Presented by Las Bertina Water Race. Two-time Leadville Trail 100 winner, Anton Krupicka.
So, yeah, like the music that I most identify with is pretty loud, pretty dissonant, pretty grating, a lot of feedback, a lot of noise. It's chaotic. I don't know, and that's like a space in my life that I really enjoy when something feels it's about to fall apart and you're kind of holding it together. It's that feels like an important moment, you need to be paying attention here. You need to be doing what you can to just hold shit together. And, that's what ultras are.